Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for practice today, wherever you might be, since it's all through the holiday hustle and bustle. I'm going to take this time to do a 30-minute class where we'll do some stretching, but also relaxing into the poses for a few minutes longer, just to settle maybe our body and our mind at the same time. So you should have a strap or a towel rolled, if you prefer, whichever is fine, and then maybe 3 blocks or again a towel or a blanket that you can roll up and put about from your waist to the top of your head. So if you need to pause it to grab those things, you can do that, and otherwise we will go ahead and get started off in Shavasana. Just letting go of any thoughts that aren't necessary for the next 30 minutes. Bringing your awareness back to how your body feels, where you tensed, where your shoulders tight from holidays. Maybe you were traveling, maybe you were Friday deal shopping. Focusing on your breath and how it feels on the inhale and the exhale. Into your practice today, like being thankful for these next few moments to just breathe and relax. On your next deep breath in, fill up the bellies and lungs completely with air, maybe even placing the hands on the belly so you can feel it rise up. Slowly as possible, keep inhaling, and then again as slowly as possible, exhale, taking the belly buttons all the way to the spine to release that last bit of air. Our next inhale, we're going to do 2 counted breaths. One I'll do with you, the next one you can do on your own. So we're going to inhale slowly for a count of 6. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause here at the top of the breath just for a moment. Slowly exhale. 6. Pausing at the top of the breath. And then slowly exhaling everything out. Bringing your breath back to normal. And even without opening the eyes, we're going to do a few moves just staying down on our backs. And the first, bring your right ankle and cross it over the left thigh, and then wrap the hands behind the left thigh, pulling it in. Breathing here. Last breath, nice deep breath in. Releasing the hands, reverse that. So let's take the left ankle over the right thigh, and then again wrap the hands behind the leg, interlacing the fingers, and just draw that thigh in towards the chest. Last breath here. Releasing that leg down. We're going to use a strap or towel if you prefer. We're going to leave the right foot planted. Take the left leg straight up to the ceiling. And if you need, you can put a strap or a towel around the bottom of the foot. We're going to slowly drop that left foot out towards the side of the mat. Trying to keep the leg straight and the foot flexed. You can lower it all the way out if you're that flexible to the side mat. If not, you can even move it up and down using the towel or the strap to help guide the leg, feeling a stretch in the inner thigh. One more breath here. And slowly bring the leg back up. We'll do the same on the opposite side. So, towel or strap, or nothing if you prefer. Keeping the left foot planted, drop the right leg out to the side. You'd be surprised sometimes where you feel the stretching come when you move one leg and then the other. Or maybe lift it higher towards the head. Or take it down towards the feet. Slowly lower that foot back down to the mat, releasing any strap that you might have been using. And then we're going to take a block and put it underneath our head. And then gently roll onto our right side. Taking both arms behind our back, interlacing the fingers, draw them long down behind the back, open up through the chest. Just breathe here. Nice deep breath in, open the mouth and sigh. One more breath here. Maybe elongating through the fingertips, stretching out through the palms, facing each other, and even taking the top foot and stepping it to the mat behind you, opening through the chest. Inhale. Open the mouth and sigh. Lowering that left leg down. We'll do the same on the opposite side. Gently rolling yourself over. Interlacing the fingers behind the back. Opening up through the chest. Deep breath in, open the mouth and sigh, and lengthening through the arms, separating the hands, palms facing each other, open through the chest, really squeeze the shoulder blades back, and taking that top right foot and stepping it to the mat behind you. Taking a nice deep breath in, open the mouth and sigh. The right leg down, using the right hand to gently push yourself to seated. And then making sure we're on the sits bones, can use the palms flat on the mat, lifting the lower body, making sure that the spine is straight, and then gently lowering the sits bones back down to the mat. Shoulders are down and back, chest and heart lifted, chin down slightly, so the spine is nice and long from here. Press the index and middle fingers to the thumb. Just rest the palms up then. On each of the knees, take a nice deep breath in. Open the mouth and sigh. One more time, inhale. And sigh. Gently release, place the palms down on the mat. Keeping the left palm down, the right palm, we're just going to keep it parallel with the mat, and then slowly start to raise it up as you're pressing the palm flat and tilting the head towards that opposite shoulder. And feeling the pull in the bottom of the palm to compress and do it a little bit further. Exhale, rotate the fingertips down. And see if you can extend through the arm. Gently lowering that hand down to the mat, palm down. Same thing on the opposite side. Flatten the palm. Slowly start to bring it up as you tip the head towards the right shoulder or the opposite shoulder, whichever you started on. And continue to press, extending through the palm. Inhale, feeling the stretch in the arm. Exhale, rotate the fingers down, lengthen through the arm. Lowering that hand down, bring both hands up in front of you, pressing the palms away. Keeping that chest lifted and shoulders down and back. Interlace the fingers. Turn and take the gaze over the left shoulder, taking the chin up. Inhale. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Slowly bring your gaze back through center. Over the opposite shoulder. Lifting the chin up. Inhale. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Bring your gaze back to center. Release the arms. Inhale, bring them all the way up. Shoulders stay down and back, chest lifting. Reaching through the fingertips. Lengthening, growing nice and tall through the spine. Then exhale, fold forward. Staying here for a few breaths, working at placing the sits bones into the mat while the fingertips reach further out. And you fold forward. Inhale, elongate, pressing down and out through the spine. And with each exhale, fold further forward. Inhale, slowly walking the hands back up. And let's take the legs out long in front of us. Do some hip openers from here. Whichever leg you'd like to start with first. Opposite arm cradles the foot, making big hip circles. Slowly release that foot down. Bounce off the knees. And we'll do the same on the opposite side. Through the sit bones. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Chest is lifted as if you're showing your heart to the sun. Reaching nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward towards the feet. Grabbing the feet if you can. Placing the hands on the ground. If you have a strap or towel, you can even use that to help pull the upper body down. Staying here and inhaling, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly coming up. We're going to use a block just under the sits bones. Placing the feet together, coming into seated butterfly. I'm going to use equal opposite pressure on the hands and right inside where the thighs and calves meet, not on the knees. But pressing the legs together at the top. We're going to slowly push them open, but make sure the legs are pushing back against the hands. Slowly opening and keeping the chest lifted. 2 more times. Palms the insides of the thighs and slowly pressing open for a count of 10. Gently rock the legs back and forth. Do that one last time. Legs together, slowly pressing open. And then gently rock the legs back and forth. Coming up onto the knees, removing the block. Keeping that left knee planted, we'll take the right foot up. Make sure the heel is in line with the knee. And then rotate this inner thigh externally to keep the knee over the toes. Reach over with the left arm, but stacking through the shoulders so that you can fit through one pane of glass. You can keep the right arm rested. We're coming it down in front of the leg. Reaching. I'm going to reverse it. Take that left arm down to the mat and the right arm reaches up over top. Again, stacking through the shoulders, reaching, and then bring the hands down to the mat. Coming in front of you for cat-cow here. Arch the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, cow, making sure you're keeping this leg open and not grinding the toes into the mat. Drop the tummy. Exhale again, round up into cat. Sink into cow. Lowering that right knee down, raise the left. Placing that left foot in line with the right knee this time. Again, your hand can rest on. We're going to reach that right arm up over. You can take the left arm all the way down to the mat. Reaching and keeping the shoulders stacked. Right hand down to the mat. Left reaches over. And then bringing the hands down to the mat in front of you. Arch the back, drop the head, pressing the floor away forward. Inhale, cow. Drop the tummies. Shoulders stay down away from the ears. One more time each way. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And then lowering that left knee down, coming into tabletop. We're going to sink back into child's pose. So take the sits bones down toward the heels. Fingertips reach to the top of the mat. Forehead resting on the mat. Rocking the head left and right, massaging the forehead. See if you can walk the fingertips a few steps further forward. While you're here, I'm going to come up into puppy pose. So lifting the hips straight up, just sliding the rest of the body forward. You can either rest your head on your chin or your forehead. Then slowly sink back down to child's pose. Inhale back up onto all fours. And gently lift one leg and then the other, but keeping the hands planted, wrists right under the shoulders. Right leg stays bent but comes up. And just hold here. Lowering that leg down. And take that same right leg. Keep it bent, lift it up behind you. You can bend the head back slightly if you like, or just stay straight. Lowering that right knee down to the mat. We'll do the same on the left side. Lift the leg up out to the side. And hold. One more breath. Lowering that left leg down. And then lift it straight up behind you, keeping the knee bent. Lowering that left leg down. Coming into tabletop, we'll do thread the needle. Inhale up the right arm. All the way up and stretch, and then thread that right arm through. Going down onto the right shoulder, right temple. Inhale up the left arm. Stacking through the shoulders. nice deep breath in, open the mouth and sigh. Left hand comes down to the mat. Then back up into tabletop. We'll reverse it. Inhale up the left arm. Open through the chest and then thread through. Come down onto the left arm. Left temple, reach up through the right. Stacking through the right shoulders. Again, nice deep breath in, open the mouth and sigh. Lower that right hand down, pressing back up into tabletop. And we're going to come into frog pose. I'm going to take the legs out. Your feet can come together or they can stay open. We're just going to lay right down on our tummies and your hands can stay out to the side. You can come up underneath the head. If this is too much to lay like this, you can put a block under the tummy, right? I'm going to stay here for about a minute, just trying to let the inner thighs relax, which wrap around to the muscles in the low back. Into any tightness you might be feeling. And slowly bring the hands right under the shoulders. We're going to press up, bring the knees back together. Sink back into child's pose. Resting the forehead again on the mat. Inhale, coming up onto all fours, curl the toes under, come into downward facing dog. Trying to place the feet with the heels on the mat, hip distance apart, taking the hips straight up to the ceiling. And when you're ready, take the right leg up nice and long. Gently step that right leg forward between the hands. We're going to stay up in a front lunge onto that right foot. Taking that back leg out nice and long. Make sure it's straight as if there is light pointing out of your heel. And then we're going to rotate up. So left hand comes down to the mat, right arm opens up. Keeping that back leg active. Lower that right hand down to the outside. Lower down onto the back knee, flip the back toes out, heel toe the right foot to the edge of the mat. So you're right here. You can stay in long arms or come down onto your forearms or even use a block. If you want to, roll to the outside edge of the foot. Breathing here. coming back up into long arms, heel toe that left foot to the right wrist to come into pigeon. You can stay up high or come down onto your forearms. Trying to make sure that that back leg, the thighs rotated internally. I'm going to slowly take this right sits bone down to the mat, rolling those back toes up to the ceiling. Right foot comes to the inside of the left thigh. Stack the shoulders, bring that right arm up over top. Stretching out all through the outside of that right hip. Bring the hands back to the top of the mat. Come back into downward facing dog, pedal out the feet. Your right hip might feel a whole lot different now than the left hip. I'm going to go onto the left foot. Inhale up, right leg. Stretching out those left toes. And when you're ready, step that left foot forward between the hands. Staying up again into a high lunge. So we're not dropping that back knee just yet. The right hand's going to come down beside the left foot, and the left arm is going to open up. Sinking into the twist. Making sure to keep that back leg active. Slowly lower down onto the back knee, flip the back toes out. Heel toe that left foot out to the edge of the mat. Staying here in long arms. Or coming down onto your forearms and roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Slowly come back up into long arms. Heel toe that left foot over to the right wrist, come into pigeon. Keeping that back leg rotated internally so that it brings that front hip down to the floor. You can stay up or come down onto your forearms. Take this right hip, rotate it down to the mat, right toes turn up, the left foot comes to the inside of the left thigh, just that right hand to the right foot, just the left arm up over top, stack through the shoulders and chest. And bring the arms back to the top of the mat. Coming into down dog. Half step or foot forward. Heels with the feet out wider than hip distance. Using the 2-piece fingers, grab the big toe, tap it with the thumb, and pull the chest down towards the thighs. Bending the knees, letting the head hang heavy. Inhale, take the hips up, straighten the legs. Exhale, pull the chest down. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, pull the chest down. And release the hands from the feet, grab opposite bicep, and just let the head hang heavy. Moving the arms sway gently left and right, shaking the head. No. I'll not have negative thoughts, negative speaking. Shaking the head, yes. I have positive thoughts and blindness. Lowering the hands down to the mat, heel till the feet in hip distance, or 2 fists width apart. Inhale up, halfway lift. Lengthen through the base of the spine at the top of the head. Take one more nice deep breath in here, open the mouth inside, and exhale. Hold forward, bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up, palms meet. Hands come to heart center. Roll the shoulders back, chest is lifted. Coming back to center, find mountain pose. Ground the balls of the feet and the heels into the mat. Rotate the inner thighs towards the back of the room, belly buttons to spine. Shoulders down and back, chest lifted. Hands to heart center. Bring the arms all the way up. Release the palms, take them down onto either side. Reach to the floor. Actively taking the fingers as far as they'll go. Focusing on your breath here. Toe the feet apart and slowly sink down into Buddha squat, toes turned out. We're going to use our elbows to push open through the knees as we lower and press into the hands. Exhale. Slowly bring the hands back up, release the knees. Open using the arms. Just slow and with control. So slowly release the legs. Open. Crow is part of your practice. You can do that now. Continue just to do the opening flows in Buddha squat. If you're going to take crow pose, you can use a pillow or block on the floor underneath the head. Knees go into the upper arms, palms on the mat. The gaze is about 3 inches in front of you. And then slowly tipping up. up. Palms meet hands, come to heart center. We're going to come into tree pose. So keeping that left leg planted, the right foot can come to kickstand, calf, or thigh, whichever feels more comfortable for you today. Opening the palms. Growing your tree. Slowly bringing the palms together and back to heart center. I'm going to raise this right knee up. Using the two peace fingers, grab the big toe. And lengthening through the right leg. Balancing with the left, reaching through that foot and the hands at the same time. Slowly bring that right leg back down. Pedal out the feet. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up again. Palms meet hands, come to heart center. Planting the right foot this time, left foot comes in. Kickstand, calf or thigh. Slowly bring the palms together and down to heart center. Again, lowering that left foot, using the two peace fingers on the left hand to open up and reach out. Balancing with the right arm. And slowly bringing that left leg down. One moment here in mountain pose, grounding through the balls of the feet and the heels, rotate the inner thighs, reach the palms to the floor, belly buttons into the spine, chin down slightly. Maybe even lifting your toes off of the mat, focusing on your third eye chakra. Bring the arms all the way up, palms meet, hands come down to heart center, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift, right leg steps back, left leg, vinyasa, up dog, downward facing dog. Hop, separate foot forward. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, full bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up, palms meet. Heart center, forward fold. Right leg steps left, vinyasa. Up dog. Downward facing dog. And we're going to slowly roll forward and lower all the way down onto our mat. And set up for locust pose. So arms come long behind you, palms down. Back through the hands, maybe interlacing the fingers, opening up through the shoulders, breathing here. Right cheek to the mat. Lunge away from the legs, left and right. And when you're ready, we're going to come into locust pose again, or you can come into both ankles if it's part of your practice. Grabbing the ankles and not the feet. Inhaling up. Slowly release everything down to mat. Right cheek to the left this time. Windshield wiper the legs, left and right. And then lowering the legs down. We're gonna stay right here. Just bring the palms up, coming up onto the forearms. Right underneath, elbows in line with the shoulders. I'm going to bring the left knee up, sliding along the floor. And this right arm, I'm going to come underneath the left, twisting as much or as little as you want here to open up through the chest. Left hand down to the mat. Lowering the left leg, we do the same on the opposite side. On the forearms. Bring the right knee up and bend. Left arm threads underneath. And opening up with the right arm. To the mat, lowering the right leg, palms right under the shoulders, press back into child's pose, sits bones sink into the hips, maybe taking the legs a little wider than before, forehead resting on the mat. You can bring your arms back and grab the heels, and then release the arms, let them hang heavy to the floor. Rest in here and noticing how your body feels right now. Those muscles might be humming. So stack through the knees. So you can start with whichever leg on top you want first. And as close as you can get your knees to stacked, sitting up nice and straight. Shoulders are down and back, chest lifted. And with that back super straight, we're just going to hinge forward at the back. So leaving the back straight. Make sure you don't round the back and fall over the knees. Keep the back straight and just tip forward. You can even place the hands behind the back to make sure the back stays straight. You can even press into the bottom center of the foot with your thumb. Reversing the legs. Opposite leg on top, aligning through the knees as much as possible, even if they're up like this. And that That's okay too. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, chest lifted. Nice and tall through the top of the head. And on the exhale, just hinging at the hips. Keep the back nice and straight. Releasing the legs. And lower on down to our backs. This is up for bridge pose. You will definitely want all of your blocks or towels, possibly a strap. And coming down onto your backs. Making sure your fingertips can touch your heels. You're ready. Up into bridge pose, rolling the shoulders under, clasping the hands behind the back. Bridge pose again if it's part of your practice. If you prefer to do wheel, you can do that now as well, making sure to protect the head and neck when you're coming down on the inhale combo. Down one vertebrae at a time and tapping the hips 3 times at the bottom to release negative energy. And coming into happy baby, grabbing the insides of the feet and driving the knees down on either side of the chest. Gently rocking left and right. Releasing the hands from the feet, taking the feet straight up to the ceiling. This might be where you want a strap or a towel around the feet. Just to keep the feet flexed, almost as if you're standing on the ceiling. But make sure the shoulders are relaxed down. You're not holding up. Feels better, you can use a pillow or block also under the low back. And stay right here, just relaxing. Feet up. This is a good pose to help if you can't fall asleep at night. Shoulder stand is part of your practice. You can come to that now as well. Just again, be careful to protect the muscles in the neck by not looking left and right. removing any pillar or block you might have been using. I'm going to come into supine twist here. So cross the left leg over the right and let both legs fall to the right. Take your gaze to the left. And just allow each breath to help relax your body heavier into the mat while we're here. Make sure when you twist that your shoulders don't come off the mat and they stay planted. Falling to the left, take your gaze to the right. Slowly bringing your legs back up, releasing the bind. I'm going to come into reclined butterfly. For this, you have an option as a chest opener to align your pillows or blocks from the base of the spine to the top of the head and letting the arms fall open. So to recline butterfly, it's feet together, knees falling apart. Choose to use the blocks. You allow your shoulders and chest to fall open as well. You can even roll pillows or black towels underneath the legs if that's more comfortable. Use your hands to close your legs like a book, leaving your feet planted for just a moment. You can remove any pillows or blocks if you were using any underneath the spine. And then releasing the legs down to opposite corners of the mat, letting the feet fall apart, roll the shoulders under, slightly palms up. Take the chin down. Lengthening through the spine, allowing the body to fall completely in rest in your final shavasana. The thought comes into your mind, acknowledge it, but let it pass by and bring your awareness back to counted breath or touching your thumb to each one of your fingers. And allowing your body to just fall loose and limp, completely relaxed onto the mat. Slowly bringing your awareness back to your mat. Maybe wiggling your toes and touching your thumb to each one of your fingers. Taking a full body stretch like you do first thing in the morning, raising your arms up overhead and pointing the toes. And then gently roll onto your right side in fetal position. The reading for today. Take time for healing. Take time for what soothes your body, your mind, and your soul. Sometimes we talk ourselves out of doing something healing for ourselves. We're too busy or too tired. But that's when we most need to take care of ourselves and listen to your heart. What does it want? Listen to your body. What does it need? Trust what you hear. Make today a healing day. Then take some time and make every day a healing day. Gently using your left hand to push yourself into seated position. Bringing your hands to heart center. And we'll take 2 healing energy sending breaths. On our first breath, seeing someone in our mind's eye who needs a healing energy. Inhaling that person into your heart and showering them with beautiful golden light. And on our next breath, we'll take our own. The light in me sees and honors the light in each one of you. Thank you so much for joining and sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend and a good week ahead. And don't forget to make time to relax and heal. See you next time.